Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed. I am your host for the day, Terry Smith, and with me as always is the ever-loving and handsome Paul Hernandez. Hey Paul.
Please keep going with that.
I knew you'd love
How
that
are you
part.
doing, my friend? Hey, I like your setup. It looks great.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's coming along. Yeah, just a little bit at a time. I just added a few more art prints back there and a little
Looks great.
staff of Gandalf the Grey, and yeah, just one step at a time. Yeah.
I always love, Terry, that anytime you have a different background, you just casually have people's grails behind you. Just a casual grail collector.
How many grails can one man have?
Apparently
let's find out.
Well, hello, everyone. Again, we are going to have, I would say, a wonderful, wonderful show. We are streaming live on YouTube, on the Facebook page, the Let Your Geek Set Show Facebook group, on Twitch, on Periscope. So if you guys have any questions for Guy or Terry today, let me know.
Very cool, Paul. And should probably point out that, wait, hold on. Speaking of Guy.
Hey, Guy.
Guy?
He knows it's at 10.
Hey, boy.
Did he not get the...
Oh!
How are you?
Who's getting the joke there?
There you are.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Not David Bowie.
No.
Certainly not David Bowie. No. Is that another time that he's trying to impress, like make an impression of me? No? I think he's actually...
This is one of the only cosplays I don't really have to do a lot. I mean, other than the gym part and the workout and get muscular, but other than that, no, I had a very talented makeup artist come in today and do this for me. So, and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to show off the figure. And that's a very similar look that you just saw to one of your hosts there today. This is going to lift up and off. Then you've got a much more intricate artwork there. Coming around, as you see that wraps around. You notice up on the top, that's going to be a magnetic front closure. I'm going to show you that in a moment. And then you have the world of the game.
That is some magnificent artwork.
I really dig that artwork. As I said, this is a magnetic closure. So when we open up, you're going to see your figure inside. And now this does have...
I feel like this is an opportune moment to point out that I myself have never played this game.
Yeah, Sam here on camera is huge into the game.
Super producer Sam, and this is also an opportune time to point out that it is Sam's birthday today. So happy birthday to super producer Sam. He's going to serve as our resident expert on this show, calling out plot points of whatever he has to do, corrections, which there will probably be a lot of throughout the course of the show. So thanks for volunteering to do that for us today, Sam. We appreciate it.
I did want to show that the package, when you take out the actual figure in the sleeve, you have this great artwork that sets behind it as well. So,
ooh, cool. We didn't see that last week.
Exactly. It's you don't really see that behind the figure, but when I take that figure out, you see that that's there. So that's just a little extra that they have gone and done.
Yeah. I love it so much.
So we have two trays, an upper and a lower. In the upper tray, we are going to have the man himself. You have the closed version of the Guardian Shield.
Wow.
You have the Bag of Ashes. That's the remains of Faye. His dagger. The swap out hands. His screaming portrait is going to be up here, as well as Mimir's severed head.
Now, while we're looking at this, I just want to whet everybody's appetite, because what we're going to be doing is giving away a copy of this figure to one lucky winner in a Gleam contest today. Paul, you privy to the details on that, or?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I sure am. Everyone, so right now, Chris is going to go ahead and bring up that graphic in a second. Go to side.show/Kratos giveaway 21. That is side.show/Kratos giveaway 21. We'll announce the winner towards the end of the show. And of course, as always, please head over to sideshow.com for all rules and regulations as far as our giveaways. Of course, this is like all our other giveaways. It is US only, and you must be present to win. That's side.show/Kratos giveaway 21 for your shot at glory here to get this incredible figure that we're going to get into in just a second.
Excellent. Thank you, Paul. That figure's looking pretty good there, Guy. I mean, I was just looking at a photograph of it, and I have to say that I'm really more enticed by what you have in front of you than I was by the photograph that we saw.
It is a beautiful, beautiful piece. We're taking a look at this from head to toe. This is a 1/6 scale figure, but he's not a 12-inch figure. This guy is 13 inches in height. Okay?
Wow.
Big, tall, beefy character. All right. We're going to take a zoom in, if we could, on the portrait. Not this portrait here. We're going to go
No, on the other, on the contrary.
that one there. All right, and give that a little turn up. As you can see, the texture in the skin here in that shoulder area, all of the work in the beard. Okay, this is a ball jointed head. Gives it a nice tight look when you go around. Okay, there's not an additional neck joint, but you wouldn't want that. It's giving you a really nice, clean line. I'm looking at the beard right now and just noticing that there's some really nice texture in the hairs in that beard. I mean, it's
really reads very well.
Bam, it's really done in there, and the different paint applications in there. The ash that is on the skin and the reasoning behind that is a pretty dark and incredible part of the game. But to see the washes and the different colors that they have used in the beard, in the eyebrows, the areas that they've done the shading in that, in the side of the head. This is not just one solid color. There's been some serious paint work done here.
It really complements it nicely. I see.
Oh, yeah. Now, then we get on to the shoulder pauldron here. Now, that, when you look at it, almost has a leather... It has a leather-like look, and you'd think that it was. It is not. It is a semi-pliable, softer rubber. But the paintwork on there, again, doing the different washes to show the lattice weaving in that, the individual little stitch in there, as well as the small metal rivets that attach it to there. And then underneath that, in order for it to be a bit more comfortable, is that fur. And so that is a really neat piece that they've done there. Again, the texture on the skin really pops. I really like what
fur. Yeah, the skin looks really, really good. The fur looks better than I imagined it would. Fur is a tough thing to pull off in that scale.
Exactly. And here it's really pulling off. And there on the back,
that Omega sign right beneath the ptergues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, the flapped over. Now this is it is not loose. It's meant to be there. I can feel that it's got like a little bit of tacky glue to hold it in place. So this isn't much like many other figures. These aren't really supposed to have the outfits removed.
Right.
We work our way down onto the right arm, where it has that wrap. Again,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, great look of the cording, the cloth work, again, breaking up. Then look at the loincloth and the belts there. I love what they've done there with that dark edges, but then even the center is more than one color. Okay, and that's all hand-stitched pieces in between. Those are all done by hand. It's a heck of a lot of detail. I mean, yeah. Then you have that vibrant red in kind of a matte color. Again, given great wash. Look at the belt there.
And you know the individual panels on that loincloth, they just they don't read as well. I wanted to say seamless, but they're obviously there are seams.
Yeah.
But they don't read the transitions. There aren't smooth. They're kind of crumpled up as something that was done by somebody who's not a tailor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what really gets me is the leather belt. And how the one side, as it's been wrapped and looped up, has a beaten look. Then we get
onto that scale. Doing that particular kind of knot in that belt is tough to pull off.
Yeah,
but, it just looks exactly like a belt would look at full scale.
You got the left arm there, okay, where he wears a bit more armament.
Do I see something of a tattoo or something peeking out from that vambrace?
Yeah, right up
or
here.
Something, yeah. Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's actually
Something's peeking.
it's actually burn marks from the Blades of Chaos.
Right. Yes, that's right. I remember. I actually watched that video on YouTube.
The chains are actually burned into his skin.
Yeah. So that's mildly unpleasant.
So for those who couldn't quite make it out, Super Producer Sam was saying from the background that those are actually burn marks from his blades, from the chains. So yeah, we'll introduce that later on down the line, right, Guy?
That scar on his chest too.
Scarring. Yes, thank you.
That's from when Zeus stabbed him with I think it's the sword of Olympus. It's in the second game.
Oh
right.
yeah.
So he's got some marks on him. There's the embossed leather there on the pouch. And then you've got the under. These all done out and frayed and weathered. Move to the back. We continue with those individual panels sewn and aged on there. Then we work our way down the pant and boot. Now this is sculpted, however, has a great cloth-like look with the wraps on there. And this is a cut ankle, so I'm getting a lot more front to back
Nice.
movement in there.
Nice.
Well, since
You know,
I'm
I like
down,
that.
since I'm down here, we'll look at one other part of the sculpt, and I hope you're ready for it.
It is time for Tread Watch.
Ba-bam!
Oh wow, those are scuffed up. Look at that.
Look at the scuffs and the gouges and all that are done in there.
Okay.
Pretty darn incredible. Now, if you've
Nice
been,
one, Mondo.
if you've noticed, I am actually playing with the figure without a stand or anything like that. He is really, really well balanced, but it does have, well, what Mondo has been doing with all of theirs is their stand is actually the Mondo logo. That lays flat. And then you've got a traditional under hold stand.
A dual purpose stand. So if you
Exactly.
want to mount the stand and serve as a tiny little wall plaque by your figure. You could.
There you go. There you go. I am going to put it on there so you can see what it is with.
Yeah.
You can kind of go under, and because of the way that the cloth and the fabric is, it's one that pretty much becomes invisible after.
Nice.
Now let's take a look. There's a little bit of uplight so you can just see in that chest area the detailing. You do see the one points of articulation that you're going to be have visible here is up here at the arm. Works fine by me. You've got the one here, and then you see how the chest is. And we're going to talk about that a little in posability. Terry, would you like to talk about the posability, or should we show all of the really cool accessories that he comes with first?
Well, while I think about that, I'm going to take the opportunity to let everybody know again, because this is Unsealed and Revealed, and we like to do this every week. We are going to be doing our Guess the Reveal contest for next week, sometime down the line. So stay tuned to later on the show, and I'll just when I start the clock, then you guys will just get to guess which. Just type in the comments whatever figure you think we're going to be revealing next week. Paul will call the time when we have a winner, and that winner will be receiving. It's still a copy of the Daniel Picard's book, right?
Figure Fantasy.
Yeah, the Figure Fantasy book by Daniel Picard. So excited for whoever gets that, as always. There we go. We're looking at it now. So great book, great volume. It's been around for a while, and it's everybody seems to dig it. I was actually there when Daniel showed up to do that, to do the photography for some of the photos in that book at the Sideshow offices. I didn't get to see any of it take place, but I love looking at the results. But your question was, should we start talking about the posability, or do you want to do the accessories?
All these fun accessories.
There's so many accessories. Since you've got them all spread out, why don't we start?
Why don't we start? All right.
Yeah.
You have your Blades of Chaos, and these Blades of Chaos come with real chain.
Nice.
Okay. The blade itself is a sculpted and molded. This is not a die-cast piece, but die-cast, I don't know, would work on this for all of the cracks and grooves that you have in there.
Point.
If Sam does a tight close-up on there, you see all of the, yeah.
Additionally, given the mass of the blade itself, once you incorporate die-cast into something that big, I would personally be concerned about the possibility of weight becoming an issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's I have a feeling that even even ratcheted joints and this and the other are going to feel that stress. I like the skull with teeth that holds that. Now he has two of those.
Design.
Those duplicate on there. His other weaponry that you have is the famous axe.
Love that axe.
I love the I love the work that's done there on the metal and on the handle as well. This is the Leviathan Axe, of course.
Yeah, can I just say that, like, watching the videos, just preparing myself for the show as someone who's never played the game, never even been in the room with someone who's been playing the game, watching those videos may very well have pushed me over the edge to picking up a PlayStation 5 so that I can actually play the latest version. So, between the Spider-Man games and this and The Last of Us, I'm just so stoked for picking up a PS5 now. I may be leaving my Xbox nest for good. I don't know.
I like the head of the horse that is done on. And this has some real look at the woodwork style painting done on that. That really goes from wrapped leather to carved wood to engraved metal. There's that's not metal, right? That is still correct. That is also another molded. Now, the next weaponry is really going to be his Guardian Shield. Now, the Guardian Shield is really unique in that it folds all up. So that's in its folded. But it also fully splays out. And the
Paul, do we have any questions about the accessory so far?
Yes, we sure do. Very, very specifically, I think about the axe. We have a couple of people here. Jordan Green over on YouTube first asked, Guy, can the axe attach to the back of Kratos, as you would see in the game? And then also, are there multiple materials on the base of the axe? Is it like a faux leather, or is the axe?
Nope, this is all made of the same material. And what you're seeing, as far as that leather, wood, and metal look, which is incredible, is all the same material. Okay, so all the same material. Just this goes to show what great paint applications can be. Okay.
Yeah, from a distance, it very much looks like separate items, but when you get up close, you can tell that it is a single casting.
But yes, just one single casting on that. Can it attach? Yes, I've got different options for how I could do it, and we're going to talk about attaching anything. Speaking of attachments, I want to look down on the left arm here. And we talked about the shield, and we do have as I said, we've got that closed version. All right. The opened version and all of that intricacy there. I love this side of it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm going to see all of that detail work in there. Both of these, magnetic.
Oh.
Okay. Boom.
Stealing a page from Captain America's playbook.
Yep, exactly. So, pow, magnetic shield. There as
no better way to do it. Actually, it's just so efficient.
Yes. Now then you have his.
He looks so cool, guy. Looks so good. I just love
it. Then you have his pouch.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another sculpted piece that again is incredible paint applications. It's going to give you that amazing look that it has. Okay. And then on the back, you see that it kind of has those two hooks that'll go up and over. We have our dagger. It also has that style clip. Okay.
Wow, yeah.
Another great paint application is in the bag of ashes. Okay, this is again a sculpted piece.
Yeah, and it really doesn't look like it from a distance.
The paint applications on every piece that this figure comes with are amazing. And I've saved one of my favorites for last.
Attaboy. Mimir.
Yep.
Mimir.
And take a look.
Look
at all the runes, the rune engravings on there. The one dark eye, the one seeing eye. The rope all around. You see the way the rope is knotted up around the top, also having a hook, so that can go on there. And It's graphic,
Courtesy of Odin.
but beautifully done. And the last is going to be your swap out rage portrait.
You need that rage portrait, man, definitely.
Okay. I love them both, but just how deep the
how
scream
excited
is.
are you by having 3 portraits in a single figure?
You know, I mean,
If
to
you
have the
include
teeth
Mimir.
done there and the open mouth. The rage portrait is a gorgeous, gorgeous portrait on there. Paul, were there other...
Put your head down next to it.
Yes. So you actually, at least for today's show, you get 3.
Fantastic.
Mine is 1/1 scale, however. So as you can see, tons of things that the figure comes with. Before I pop into articulation and then you and I start playing around with some pose stuff, any questions?
I have a question. Will we have the opportunity to get a 1-to-1 head of Guy Klender? I mean,
I think so, and it will come with
Maybe the head of Guy
it'll
Klender.
come with paints and things like that you can paint it however you like
should have a meme contest.
old school. You put wigs on it and all kind of stuff. One last thing, when I showed the dagger, I showed it to you in the sheath. I didn't show that, of course, the sheath does come
wanted
off.
to
Again,
ask.
that great wood graining, the pitting and aging of a hand forged item on there. That is also a molded item and a non-die cast item.
I think the guy wanted to know, Paul, if there actually are any more questions from the audience that you'd like to drop in there right now.
Yeah, really quickly, Guy, Mike Fayla over on YouTube wants to know, are there any other magnetic accessories aside from the shield? Like maybe you've already looked at.
You're thinking blades. Well, you will, of course, with the chains of the blades, be able to kind of wrap those around. As you can see, they magnetically attach to the shield. So,
Nice.
The reason you're seeing that is just to see just how strong the magnets are. But the other ones that you're going to attach on the dagger, his pouch, the severed head, these all have a bit of a little hook, and that will allow to go pretty much your choice of where you would want to put it on his belts. If I wanted the dagger, say, there on the front.
Sure. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Little
Let's see that.
you can customize it a little bit.
But it does allow you
choice.
to do it, and it also allows you to move them. So if you wanted a real dynamic pose, and you're like, darn it, the way I'm pivoting the leg on here, it's kind of hitting against the scabbard. You can obviously move that. Now you see, these are real nice, snug, tight joints. I can go up about that far on there. And that's because, of course, he has that huge musculature. He's not a big over-the-head kind of individual as far as swinging.
Also, the Terrius is going to be right there. That's going to get in the way. So, yeah. It's now the quick, really quick. Are the chains going to attach in any way to the arms, or you just have to wrap around them and let
you're going to kind of loose wrap them around.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like a locking mechanism or anything like that, there's not really a thing that they, and I don't think that they really kind of did like so. Now I've moved the arm up forward. Okay.
All right. That's cool.
All right. You can see that you do have a 90 bend in the arm. You do have a pivot point there. You also have a large pivot point here on the arm. Okay, so when you want to have, axes over heads, which I can, quickly do something like that, you have that option. Now let's go down to the chest and torso area and talk about that posability. Yes, Terry, there is a little bit of waist turn. If we can see that there. You can hear how snug the joints are.
The Terry twist.
But the Terry twist,
Terry twist.
the Terry twist does work.
Right.
And you also have the articulation here, your front bend. As far as a front and a back bend, you're not really going to get that because of the way in which it's done. But you do get more of a side turn. You can see I
Okay.
tweaked it a little bit further on that.
Better to tweak it than to twerk it, I always say.
Exactly. But gives you a little bit more motion there. We then go down into hip and leg. We've got a very good wide stance
That you will never want to use.
that we're never going to be using.
Yeah.
But
so
you do
more than
have
you need is better than less than you need.
But
I
you
like
do
that.
have the option forward
Wow. Yeah, that's all right.
up to a 90. Again, there's
Yeah,
another
that's
look
great.
at those wonderful treads. Pivot and turn. All right.
All right, cool.
As far as that, our knee is going to give us a 90. You see that it then opens up there. These are separated out. Then I can pull back down. But you do have, and as far as back motion, about a 30-degree to the back.
Which is fine. I mean, in reality, a guy like that is not going to be able to do the full split, so to speak. So
Well, he's never gonna
I think
need
that's
to.
Perfectly. Yeah, I think they've really done all that they need to do there.
Yeah, he's not really going to need to.
No.
You and I know we're going to get into kind of bringing him to life here, so we're going to talk about the different
Yes.
hands. All of the hands are done with the peg attached. Okay,
Good.
a little bit more durability. For our right hand, that is an unkind of gloved hand, we're going to have an
Yeah.
open palm, and we have a weapon holding. Okay.
Beautiful.
So if I want to choose dagger or chaos, something like that, I'm just going to set one in there. Boom. Okay. And on the other hand, I have the same, but done with the leather handguard. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I have them both like so. Well, with that said, let's
Yeah,
discuss
have we
what
covered everything?
what we're going to do here, sir.
Okay, I'm looking at this.
Done the
I'm
little
looking
hook
at
there.
this-
I like that.
Nice. I'm looking at this figure and I'm thinking he's best going to be displayed in a museum, a really like menacing business-faced museum type pose. But that's not to say that there aren't opportunities for a really cool attack pose. And I
Right.
think maybe we should try to explore one of each.
Okay.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So first up, which one are we going to do first? Because I've got the stoic, intense look.
Yes.
But of course, we have that
Yes.
rage head. If
Yeah.
this is more
And
of our
we'll get to that
museum,
Yeah, we'll get to that rage head, but since you already have that head attached, in the interest of time and in just out of convenience, let's just go ahead and try to nail down our awesome museum style pose. You do have a way of mounting the blades of chaos onto his back, I assume, so into the sheath on his back and such. Can that be done?
whoopsie. Hang on, moving some stuff around here.
Okay. Yeah, do that definitely. Paul, any more questions while we're doing that?
We did.
Sam,
have
how do you
an
think these would
interesting
best
from,
be in here? I'm used to them being in his hands.
from
Yeah,
everyone
Sam.
asking about the accessories and the posability, but I guess we're going to get into the posability in just a second. Once Guy and Terry really
Definitely.
start getting in and posing this, you guys will see some of the how dynamic Kratos and the Mondo figures can be, because we have to remember that maybe someone's never seen a Mondo 6 scale before. Maybe they only know Hot Toys or Sideshow 6 scales. So there is that aspect people want to know, how posable is he? And we're going to get into it in just a second.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mondo has been in the 6 scale game for a few short years. They've done some pretty admirable things. I think they've been most notably some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and some Masters of the Universe figures, as I recall.
My favorite that I picked up for them was Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh,
Alfred Hitchcock directing
that's
the birds.
Cool. Oh, that's fantastic. So how are we looking on the blades? Did you get them in there? I know that there's supposed to be like one shoved in with the hilt facing up and the other one down, right?
You know, I stink at the game. I got him to hold him, and that was about as far as I got.
Okay.
So, but do you want them in his hands and the kind of wrapped around his hands? Or are you thinking
I want the blades of chaos on his back in the sheath if we can do it.
in
Or
a
is that not
sheath?
something we can do? Yeah.
Okay.
Sam, do you know how that works?
Usually the handles are just above his shoulders, and the blades are kind of next to his waist slash hip.
I know that when he reaches back and behind, like one of the hilts faces down and the other one faces up.
Yeah.
Like one of the hilts faces to his lower right, and the other one to his upper left, like over his shoulder. So he'd reach back to grab this one here, and reach around to grab the other one here, and pull them out like that.
I think his right arm, or the right blade of chaos, is the one that's the most outside.
If that's proven too difficult, then we can always just swap them and put the blades of chaos in his hands. And
I think we
we'll
will
mount
just
the
because
axe and stuff.
I would need to see the game, like how he's.
Yeah.
I'm only used to him using them.
Okay.
That's the bummer with me not being any good at the game, and I'm sorry for those of you that
just do that.
are really good at the game.
Yeah, in the game they don't have an actual sheath. They just kind of sit on his back. It's just kind of like
Yeah, this kind of, and I don't see that they really like hang inside the hook there.
yeah,
Okay.
the hook.
Okay.
The hook is for the Leviathan Axe.
Yeah. Yeah, that one there. So that I'll do for you.
All right. Cool.
So we got our Leviathan Axe.
That looks good. That looks good anyway, man. Just the way that it kind of peeks from behind his shoulder like that.
You gotta dig that.
Yeah.
Gotta dig accessorying them up. Where
Now
would
you
you
gotta
like
swap it.
the severed head? Right out in the darn front, like look what I got, or more hidden toward the back?
Usually towards his butt.
Actually, what was that, Sam?
Usually towards his butt.
Yeah, it's on the right. It's on his right side. It's on the other side that he hangs it usually, I believe. There you go. Right there to the back.
I will say that yes, I do have the game, and I am so bad at it that my character just kind of runs in circles. So as far as doing anything with it,
Yeah.
but I still love doing it. I haven't had to put a quarter in it once, which is great.
Right. I'm thinking Blades of Chaos, one in each hand then.
Alrighty.
Is that something we can make happen? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe finesse the accoutrements when we're
Yep.
done with the pose, so we can avoid knocking them off. That's always one of my favorite techniques. Learned through countless opportunities.
Countless. Darn it, I knocked that off. Darn it, I knocked that one
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, definitely an issue, and one that you want to avoid at all costs.
Yes. Now, as I said,
Yeah.
the metal chain, they are actual metal chains on there, and they do have a little fastener. If you need to tighten those up at all, just a little pliers would
Yeah.
do it. But I am going to remove hand, place it in. Then you get to wrap it however you'd like.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Some
like
other companies
I like
have
that you've
that
got
with
them. So we're just gonna kind of drape
Yeah.
like so,
Okay.
and I will do the
And
same on the other side.
I'm thinking, actually, Guy, I'm wondering if maybe it wouldn't be better just to have the shield on him. Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Shield enclosed if I'm gonna have the second blade,
Yeah.
or I can remove said blade and do the extended shield,
Yeah.
which with the
Yeah,
with
that's-
the blade out or without a blade.
I'm thinking without a blade.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Gotta love when a severed head falls. Plunk, plunk, plunk.
as long as it's not your severed head, Guy, then I'm
No,
okay
this
with
is
it,
yeah. And my head fell off.
Uh-huh.
If we say my head fell off, it's a lot different.
But that's a perfect illustration of what we were talking about earlier, where when you're posing the figures, the loose-fitting accessories should be left to the last.
Yep, exactly. I was just having
that's how
fun kind of
disaster-
placing them where I could, but it is neat
course.
to have that.
Uh-huh.
I do want to show off the severed head.
Yeah, I think for this purpose, even though let's see,
He is. Look at that menacing guy.
All right. Yeah, guys, can you take a step aside and just because I think we're just going to leave it like that. Yeah. I mean, there's a few things I might have done differently with the right arm and everything, and you know, the Terry twist and whatnot. But I think that in the interest of time, it's best to think about moving on with the second pose, and we'll get a look at that first. Yeah. See, there you go. Now you're speaking my language. Yeah.
There we go.
And I would
figure you want a little more life.
Yeah.
A little more life. A little more front lean in.
He means business, man. Look at him. This figure is no joke.
No, he's not. I dig him like that.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those that he is a bigger, beefier guy. You talked about that he wouldn't be, you know, leaping around like a Spider-Man person or something like that. So having
not quite that dexterous, no.
Having the tighter, bigger joints and things like that, and even small range of you know degree of motion, he still brings a lot of life into that.
Guy, I want to interrupt really quick, just really quick for the sake of aesthetics. Take that sword hand and rotate it just a little bit so that the sword is kind of pointing away from him to his right. There we go. And then let's rotate that back to camera and have you step aside for one last shot. There we go. Because we were kind of losing the sword to foreshortening there. It just kind of looked like a, you know, maybe even a dagger. But once you do that, then yeah, that's your money shot.
There you go. I like the chain hanging down a little. I kind of, because it's actual metal chains. I like the. It
does add a little bit of something, does it? More
it does. Yeah. All right, now Terry.
All right, let's go action. Yeah.
Now Terry, it's time to ball jointed head remove.
There it goes. Goodbye. Yeah. Now, really quick before we move on, I want to rotate around just like that. Now, Guy, if you would just indulge me here for just a second and drop your mean mug down there right next to his and do your best to do an impression of that. If we can get a shot of that, that's what I'm talking about. It's almost indiscernible. Seriously, what a great likeness. That is, wow. That was worth the price of admission to the show alone.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
You only see this here. You only see this on Unsealed and Revealed.
Fantastic. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. that was actually a request from Marco Antonio Rojas.
Well, Marco, thank you very much for letting me do that. Yeah. Thank you for indulging me. Okay, so Terry, what I've done now is put on our rage. So I would like to know what he's going to use to battle. Is he going to single axe and one blade of chaos? Does he have the Leviathan axe and a blade of chaos? Both blades, shield and axe. How are we doing this? Tell me how to weaponry him up.
I'm going to roll with a. What do you think? What do you think, Paul? Should we go dark on this one?
Yes, I want to see that post so bad. I left that up to you. You guys are the experts, so please, Terry, you instruct him here.
All right, I want you to do this, Guy.
Okay. Sounds like you two have something up your sleeve I'm unaware of.
Is there a way for Kratos to hold the head of Mimir?
All right. Let's see here.
Let's experiment. Can we experiment?
We're going to experiment. I am going to be using so I can talk the audience through it. Yeah. I'm going to be using that open hand that normally is for blades and stuff, and I'm going to see if what I can do is take this top knot with that bit of a hook and kind of gently lay that in there. Now, if it feels like it's going to be breaking or damaging the little rope part, I'm going to stop. The hand, nope, we're good.
Oh, you know who actually suggested this idea was our regular viewer, Single Songwriter.
Hey there, Single Songwriter.
My fellow Axeman. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. And
awesome.
Now he used the axe to cut off said head there. So
now we know that it was Odin, I think, right? That who's responsible for the severing of the head of Mimir, right?
No, that was my mistake.
Nope.
Actually Kratos.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kratos did this.
Man, Sam.
Yeah.
Yes, he did it, and he was part of a tree and all. It was a rough life. I mean, it was a very
Now, Sam, I think if I'm not mistaken, then in actual Norse mythology, it was he lost his head in battle. Is that right? And it was taken by Odin to be used for a council.
I think so, yeah. Because his name means like the wise one.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the game, Odin stuck Mimir to a tree at the height on the highest mountain in Midgard.
Rude.
Tore out his eye and hid it from him, so that he couldn't travel to any of the different realms.
That's mean.
And then when Kratos and his son Atreus found him, Mimir had Kratos cut off his head, so he died when he did that. So Kratos and Atreus had to take Mimir's head to the goddess Freya, who brought him back to life.
So it's straight up his idea.
Yeah.
Mimir's idea. Okay.
See, I just think of all the things he had to do, and I'm one of those where I go, boy, I'm going to try to go to Bed Bath & Beyond and Home Depot on the same day. That's too big a quest. And you're telling me that he's got to do all this stuff.
Climb the tallest mountain.
Yeah, climb the tallest mountain, save the guy from the tree, all of that. But here we go with a severed head. It did hold in there, and the Leviathan axe that he did use.
That looks really cool, and that looks very movie. I'm guessing that looks very, very screen accurate to the game. But here's how I want you to tweak it, as directed by single songwriter.
All right.
I want you to raise that. Maybe let me just imagine it here. I want you to just like raise that arm like maybe one more ratchet, if you can.
Okay, we're gonna try and go a little higher up with our severed head arm.
The end result is I want you to like pose that head. No, not that high, not that high. What we're going to do is we're going to have him like holding the head, looking at it and screaming at it. Just for fun. Yeah, man, those are some tight joints watching you.
But I'm glad that they are a tight like that. And this is, of course, right out of the box. We've not done any, pre-posing with this or anything. So
right.
The only thing I had done is remove the plastic.
Okay.
There we go. Trying to now just kind of tweak the arm and twist in order to get it with a little Terry trunk twist. Spin.
Definitely. Yeah. Do not disappoint me in the Terry trunk twist.
Okay.
The Terry trunk twist. It's triple T now.
Yeah, it's the triple T. We got a little Terry trunk. I'm going to pivot the leg and foot outward.
Only the real insiders know what triple T means. And then I would, as a final thing, I would take that his axe arm and lower it, so that he's kind of got it kind of a little bit back, like the head's right here. I'm just gonna back up here, just like the head's right here.
How are we doing? How do you think there? I'm looking for.
There it is. Yeah. And I would actually rotate the axe again so that the blade is more away from his body, just to create that little line that I like. There we go. Now we're getting there. All right, cool. And by the way, while Guy is doing this, I just want to go ahead and say that now is the time for Guess the Reveal. So all of you out there who want to participate, just go ahead and chime in the chat and just throw out your guess of what next week's figure is going to be on Unsealed and Revealed. Paul will let me know when a winner's been chosen, and we'll let you guys know at the end of the show who gets to go home with the Daniel Picard book, Figure Fantasy. Mark, set, go. How are we looking there, Guy?
I'm liking on him.
Nailed it. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more eye contact. Is there any way we can drop Kratos' head a little bit, have him looking straight at the? Yeah.
I'm going to tilt head downward there, and give the arm another hike up.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is at the elbow.
Yeah.
Kind of getting my height to eye via that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Nailed it. That is perfect. Oh, singer-songwriter. I really hope that's what you were looking for, because I dig it.
It's definitely a fun pose to do on that.
He's either screaming at a fallen enemy, or he's screaming at Mimir to wake him up.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
I haven't watched enough of the story to know just how contentious their relationship may have been throughout the course of the game.
Mimir
But
is such a great character. It's such a good
just what little I've seen, I can tell.
One of the things I know about the game is that as enjoyable as it is as an action game, what people like the most is the story. Oh,
Right. Okay.
oh, there's somebody behind him.
The Jotun
Oh, look at that. That's spectacular.
Yes, I know. I, of course, not gotten that far, but I do see that there's an incredible scene with this on the PS.
I love me a good Midgard serpent. There's 1 or 2 scenes with that guy. Yeah, they're
so good.
he's no joke.
So good. Now, Paul.
Yeah, I don't want to give much away, but
Paul, are there any other questions about him? Be it something he comes with, what you can do with him, how heavy he is, anything like that. We'll answer that up before we do our review.
Yeah, no, people definitely had some questions about his size in relation to maybe some other 6 scales that are there. Also, you know, as well as his weight. Again, because people may not be as familiar with the 6 scales of Mondo as they are maybe with Sideshow's 6 scales or Hot Toys.
All right. So with that in mind, this stands 13 inches in height. Most of your 6 scale humanoid figures will be 12. Slightly more, sometimes a little bit less. But so this is bigger than what you're going to have next to your shelf, be it
he's a big dude. Yeah.
Wolverine or something like that. As far as the weight, this one here, they do these in the large sculpted pieces. Okay, so like the arm, the whole chest area, and this and that. So he does have a bit more girth. It's a weighty piece. Now it's not a die-cast weight type piece, but a little bit more than, again, like I said, most of your human figures, like a Spider-Man in a tight suit or something like that. This is going to be quite a bit more heft to it, but it should have that much more heft with something like that. When you look at even down, like, you know, at your shoes and things like that, these are massive boots. Okay.
Yeah, the wraps on there really
with the wrap on there. You know, you look at his. Just the, you know, that's a 2 knuckle shoe. So it's a little bit bigger than some of the others. As far as Mondo, the other human that Mondo has done is Alfred Hitchcock. I did not bring him with me today, but he would look very strange in this particular scene.
I don't know.
But
I'd like to see Alfred Hitchcock directing Kratos. See how far that goes.
It would be,
is it Kratos or Kratos?
Kratos.
It is Kratos. Okay, cool. Yeah.
For those of you who may not know, Terry and I aren't great at games.
Oh, no. I used to be really great at games 20 years ago. But yeah, my reflexes are definitely shot, along with most of the rest of me. But
maybe you're both not so good at games anymore because you keep putting quarters in the disc tray. Just knock it off. I've told you both.
Is that not how it's done?
That's where I'm screwing up.
I'm sorry. I did not get that email, man. Not at all.
See, and I didn't Terry, I didn't even do I went and got tokens.
This is what I'm talking about.
Wedged
Paul. We
them
have
in.
to work on our communication.
That's what the slot. That's what the slot in the front is for, right? I put the token in it. I mean, I must have $7 in there.
Bought it. You do you, Guy. Do you. I'm not gonna tell Kratos how to play.
That is wise.
His Switch or his PlayStation. So, all right, everyone. We have a winner for Guess the Reveal.
Awesome.
We do. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah,
all right. Well, it is time for me to find out.
Over on YouTube to Mr. Brody Lyon.
All right.
Brody Lyon over on YouTube. Congrats.
Congratulations,
and
Brody.
It is, drum roll, the Cyclops.
Whoa!
Oh, wait a second. Okay, not only are we looking at Cyclops, we're looking at both versions of Cyclops.
We got a 2-for-1.
Wow.
We gotta get to do battle.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah, we have
Astonishing
Astonishing
X-Men.
Wow.
That's gonna be so great.
The Astonishing X-Men variant, as well as the exclusive that's going to have the leather jacket and all. These are going to be great to look at.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Especially that Astonishing variant. I mean, the Astonishing X-Men saga by Joss
and
Whedon
that is such a loved series that I know that when this was announced, people went, oh, and really got excited. I didn't think I'd get a chance to see one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Because everybody was so excited about it.
So, Brody Lyon, congratulations for winning the figure fantasy book by Daniel Picard. Seriously, it's incredible. Email social@sideshow. There you go. Thank you, Chris. Email social@sideshow.com. Let us know what you won, where you won it, address, and phone number. And we'll take care of you there. But
Where are we at with the Gleam contest?
we also have a winner for the Gleam contest.
Oh, right.
Terry, it's like we're reading from the same script, my friend.
Dang, how about that? Saw that
So,
coming.
congratulations to
Wait, hold on.
someone who has won the Kratos.
I think we should make
To a winner.
Thank you to Alan, who has just secured my inbox with hate mail for the next day. Yeah, it's great.
Why do you keep doing this, Paul?
Well, I mean,
And then blaming other people. We all know it's you.
I can see very much that Kratos and Boy are coming for me, so I've got to get my kicks in before they get rid of me.
Yeah, boy.
I've seen how it goes for the rest of these villains. It doesn't end well. Might as well just steer into it.
Paul, I only have one question. Maybe you can answer. Who won, boy?
So, congratulations to Melvin Jacoby. I believe, Melvin, I saw you over on YouTube throughout the show, so please check in right now because you got to be
Chime in, I'm watching.
And thank you. Yes, and Terry is also watching. Melvin Jacoby, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it over in makeup, right to the door.
He did ask that you sign it, Guy, which I don't know if we can have you do that. I said we would talk to your agent.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's here. So congratulations, Melvin Jacoby. Seriously, this is an awesome piece. I think, Guy, you and Terry sold so many people on this who were unsure of it.
And
they'd already went and pre-ordered.
This is
I very nearly sold myself.
Just the incredible detail that Mondo has been doing in their He-Man line, and then in this one here, from taking things that we maybe see in a 3D world or an animated into into a fully sculpted thing like this is incredible to see. And I love it. Look at that severed head. That is a fresh cut.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm really appreciative of this, just this opportunity to check out this great figure by Mondo, because this definitely introduced me to a franchise and a story to which I doubt I ever would have otherwise been exposed. And let me just tell you, just based on what I'm seeing in YouTube videos alone, this is a very rich, very compelling mythology that they've created with this character. So if you, like me, have not participated in the God of War franchise and you are a gamer, then I think maybe it's time you consider actually dipping your toes into some fresh waters, my friends, because it's really, really magical. Sometimes literally.
Terry, I have a feeling you and I in the next few weeks are going to have some late night phone calls of, I can't get past the river, and things like that with that. So, but I'm looking forward to that.
How did you do that? I mean,
How far are you jumping and swinging at the same time? What am I doing?
Well, first you have to go inside, get out of the river, go inside and put the game in, please.
So
what are you guys doing in the river? You can't play video games in a river. God.
I don't think that you or myself, Terry, or anybody's going to watch us on Twitch playing a game. They're like, the guy just ran in circles for 4 hours.
Yeah. I can't see myself watching myself.
Wow, just look at that.
Although I am right now.
Oh.
Yeah, see, dude.
Thank you, Sam. Cool. That's a great one. That's letting you see the detail on both beards. And the great paint wash, and then on that severed, it's an intense, and then that's great.
And again, as I always like to say, when you're looking at it from like this close up right here, you're seeing it at a much larger scale than you would normally be able to see. So even at that scale, blown up, it still looks darn good. So once you get it in hand and actually see the detail in hand, it's going to look even better than it does there.
Just wow, the leather work on there, the leather and the fur, all of it, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Well, thanks everybody for being part of today's show.
Yeah, thanks so much for being part of today's show. And before we part ways with you, first of all, just to remind you, next week we're going to be unsealing not one but two figures: the Cyclops 6-scale figure from Sideshow Collectibles, as well as the astonishing X-Men version of the Cyclops figure from Sideshow Collectibles. Only 350 of those figures were made, and they are already shipping. I believe they're already sold out. So this may be your only opportunity to get a close-up look of what this figure does and what it's capable of.
Get on that wait list.
Definitely tune in.
Join the wait list. Don't wait.
Yeah.
It has been a great time with you here, Terry. But I do want to say one more thank you, and that is to Melody Hellard, which is Alan's daughter, came in and spent the morning doing this with me, which is
you had a
pretty incredible.
artist.
Kept moving the mask to the left and to the right as she painted white on my face. And until I came on camera, I had no idea what this looked like.
I actually thought you'd done all this yourself.
No,
so I'm
no,
glad
I
that
didn't.
We can actually give credit where it's due.
Yes,
very
if you've
cool.
seen what
Thank
I
you,
do,
Melody.
it's usually a paintbrush and latex house paint. So that would not have been good. And so I can't thank her enough for really really making this pretty darn special.
Very cool, Guy. And yeah, thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Melody, and thank you, Guy. Thank you, Paul, for fielding all the questions and handling all the contests.
Thank you, Sam, for guiding us through the game for those old timers who didn't know what to do.
And before we go, I just want to point out that we actually do have a video at the end of the show today of Melody putting the makeup on Guy. So stay tuned after we wrap up here. You'll be able to watch the makeup process as it transpired. Again, thank you so much for watching the show. And until next time, don't forget to let your geek side show. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.